Now you got Boots Ennis who's in your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test tells it all. You know, he's got the it, you know.
Man, great. Bud always been like that. Without a question, solid. You know what I'm saying? Solid.
You think there's anything left for him, Coach, or is it time for Bud to move on? Or
I'm trying to figure out who he gonna fight next.
160, you can see him fight going
I wouldn't do nothing crazy. He looked at excellent. Hey, Islam, he looked at excellent.
Is there anybody?
most from
No, I'm trying to figure out what their team gonna do next. I want to see what's
He's
next.
talking about 160, Coach. I mean, the only thing down there is maybe like a middleweight tournament, 2 fights undisputed, something like that. But if not that, then what for Bud?
Who?
Well, they were talking about Jaron Ennis going to 160. Possibly Jaron Ennis going to 160.
If he go to 160, then we got another mega fight.
You think that's a mega fight?
I don't know that yet, but I've said, and the boxing fans that know boxing would say that's another mega fight.
Stay away from it. And by the way, there's this brother coming up, Molly. His name is Boots Ennis. This brother's special. You don't want to go in the ring against after that beating. Molly, it was so bad. I swear to y'all, I am not exaggerating. Yeah. You know how I got called.
Terence "Bud" Crawford has once again sent shockwaves through the boxing universe. Fresh off the most monumental triumph of his professional journey, having defeated Canelo Alvarez and becoming the first fighter in history to achieve undisputed champion status across 3 separate weight classes, Crawford appeared for a live interview and finally delivered the message that fight fans had been anxiously awaiting.
Everything you said about fighting not being there spiritually, mentally, you think that might have affected Canelo, or that was just a skill difference is too wide?
You know, I do think he was a little mentally tired. He's been at that level for a long time. Right. For 11 fights in 4 years. That's a lot.
Timing was perfect for Crawford.
Yeah.
He said it himself at the press conference. He said timing was everything. Perfect timing, everything.
That's right.
His whole career was on timing.
He was mentally tired, but you got to give Crawford his credit, man. To keep your mind that mentally fresh and sharp and go out there and perform like that, that's a win itself. Not even just beating your opponent. For your mind to be that fresh, come fight that.
It's a reason.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been his trainer before, so.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a no-brainer.
Of course. Congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he could do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
He is now prepared to step in the ring with Jaron "Boots" Ennis. One of boxing's most consistently avoided talents and one of the sport's most dangerous young champions could be next in line for the man many already regard as the finest fighter of his era. This matchup could symbolize a changing of the guard, a collision between 2 distinct generations, or yet another opportunity for Crawford to demonstrate that nobody can truly solve the puzzle he presents. Let's examine the situation more closely. Crawford accomplished far more than simply defeating Canelo Alvarez. That victory fundamentally reshaped the entire boxing landscape. Prior to that bout, numerous skeptics questioned whether a fighter who had built his career at 135, 140, and 147 pounds could genuinely handle a naturally larger opponent like Canelo at 168.
Bud got a 160. I think Bud should do what he want to do. Are you going to the Crawford parade on Saturday? I believe I am going. Yes, I believe that I am going. Have to look at my schedule and stuff.
But Crawford did far more than merely survive the distance. He dictated the action from the opening bell to the final round. Over the course of 12 rounds, he utilized his boxing prowess and ring intelligence to outmaneuver Canelo and clearly earn the decision nod. Canelo simply couldn't keep pace with him. He was too quick, his footwork too sharp, his execution too precise.
Canelo couldn't really keep up with him. He was too fast. His feet, footwork was too good.
Do you think the scores was right on, or do you think maybe it was a little more towards Bud?
What was the scorecards?
115, 113, 116, 112.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah?
I feel like Bud damn near basically won every round, so.
Yeah.
Honestly. But yeah, that's about right. You can say that.
Now, with this accomplishment, accomplishment, Keyshawn, is he on the Mount Rushmore of
Hell
boxers?
yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
3-time undisputed. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing. So now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it can never be one great, but he definitely one of the greatest of all time for sure.
That victory didn't just hand Crawford Canelo's undisputed titles. It cemented him as the premier pound-for-pound fighter in the sport. There are no excuses left, no credible arguments to the contrary. Crawford sits alone at the summit.
Fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
Following that triumph, the debate was no longer about whether Crawford belonged among the all-time greats. The more pressing question became whether he should be considered the greatest fighter to ever lace up gloves. But reaching that rarefied air also means becoming the target everyone wants a piece of.
Crawford against Jaron Ennis, for me, is the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that is a real fight. But for me, Boots is the new Crawford. We've just got to go out and get the fights to show how great.
Jaron Boots Ennis has been chasing a showdown with Crawford for years. He remains undefeated with 34 victories, 30 of those coming by way of knockout, and has cultivated a reputation as one of the most avoided fighters in the welterweight division, with several opponents openly admitting they wanted no part of him. Boots combines blinding speed, fight-ending power, and relentless aggression. And at just 27 years old, he is operating squarely in his athletic prime.
Compare Ennis with Crawford, but Ennis always says he's got a completely different style, and the only similarity is they both switch. Do you agree with that?
I 100% agree with that. Me personally, I think that Terence Crawford boxes a hell of a lot more in the moment, phenomenal fighter in the moment, and I think Ennis is a lot more of a chess player.
Fans have long wondered what would transpire if Crawford's technical brilliance collided with the hunger of a young lion like Boots. Now, that matchup is transitioning from speculation to reality, because Crawford has agreed to share the ring with him.
The Terence Bud Crawford fight. I'm tired of answering questions about it. He already said millions of times that he not fighting me or looking my way, so I'm just tired of answering no questions, you know. And if a fight happened, it happened. You know, I wanted it to happen, but if not, yeah.
During a live interview following the Canelo fight, Crawford directly addressed the question about Boots and made it clear that he is open to considering the matchup. That statement immediately generated massive excitement throughout the boxing community. Crawford has no obligation to accept such a perilous challenge. He could retire with a pristine 42-0 record and exit the sport as an established legend. Instead, he is openly discussing a fight with Boots, the opponent many fighters would rather avoid altogether.
I want to do it. Do you respect him as, like, when he's like, I got a couple fights left, I'm at the end, I'm only trying to get mega fights, so...
I understand it, but don't lie or cap to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said they called, and we said we never heard nothing else back about it. So
right.
I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But don't be capping on the net, acting like this.
That's a primary reason why Crawford commands so much respect from fans. He doesn't simply cherry-pick favorable matchups. He is willing to accept the challenges that many believe he should sidestep.
Who do you like watching now?
Terence Crawford, one of my favorites to watch now. I love Terence Crawford, and I like to watch NUA too. NUA can fight. And you know who else I like to watch though? I like to watch Boots.
Oh, okay.
Boots, I love watching Boots. Boots got game. People don't understand, Boots got game. You know what I'm saying? Boots, every now and then he messes on the defense a little bit, but Boots got game.
Boots versus Terence Crawford.
Now, Boots hasn't proven himself enough to tell me for me to say that he gonna beat Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford is a different kind of animal.
Proven.
You feel me? Proven stud. You understand where I'm coming from? But Boots, if anybody could be Bud in the future, it would probably be a Boots, because Boots got enough too.
At what weight could Crawford and Ennis realistically meet? Boots currently holds the WBA welterweight title at 147 pounds, while Crawford has already moved beyond that division. He has competed at 154 and most recently stunned the world at 168. A return to welterweight seems unrealistic for Crawford at this stage. The more plausible options are 154 pounds or possibly 160. Boots possesses the physical frame to move up in weight, while Crawford, at 38, is unlikely to subject his body to another severe weight cut. So either 154 or 160 appears to be the more practical landing spot.
Trying to tell you, 154, man, it's mine. 154 is mine, and they're gonna see, you know, and they're gonna see, you know, just stay tuned, and like I said, when I handle business October 11th, we're gonna see.
And that's precisely where the matchup becomes especially fascinating. At the heavier weights, Crawford may lose a fraction of his speed, but his technical mastery remains fully intact. Boots is younger, more powerful, and still developing physically. That combination makes the potential fight incredibly compelling. There is also an intriguing connection between them, because Boots Ennis actually assisted Canelo in preparing for his fight with Crawford.
First things first, a lot has been made about your sparring session with Boots Ennis. How did that happen? What happened?
I cannot say much, but he called us and say if he can go and sparring with me and everything. I say, of course, right? A fighter like me, we always want great sparrings because there is the thing, right? And I have history with the family because 14 years ago, his older brother helped me for Sugar Shane Mosley and Alfonso Gomez. So it's Derek Ennis. So he helped me. So he was 14 years old at that time, by the way. And it was good, very good. And I'm very grateful with him because he made that time to go and give me a good work.
But the twist is that Canelo still came up short. Now consider the situation from both angles. Boots has already experienced what it's like to prepare for Crawford inside a training camp, while Bud has first-hand knowledge of defeating the very fighter Boots was helping to prepare.
Here, Keith. You ready?
Man.
Yeah, of course, baby. Yeah, man. You know, it's a fight you ain't gonna want to miss, man. One time back. I told you the comeback 2025 is the key.
What do you think about Ennis joining Canelo for the Crawford camp?
Hey, good stuff.
Think that matters?
That's beautiful. Anywhere. That's beautiful, man. You know, when you
good move.
That's world class. That's, you know, I mean, it's the best switch hitter he can get. That's not his opponent, you know. It's champions working with champions, you know. In the modern day and age, man, you don't get that a lot, you know. It reminds me back when I was supposed to fight Marcos Maidana, and I got Sean Porter for sparring.
Thank you, boss.
You know, so I like it.
This matchup carries more weight than a typical fight because there's already a pre-existing connection between the two. Boots could view the bout as an opportunity to make up for what happened, while Crawford could see it as another chance to prove his superiority. Boots helped prepare the man who tried to defeat him, and Crawford still emerged victorious. So now he could turn his attention toward Boots as well. Boxing fans are already dissecting the possibility. Max Kellerman is among those who believe Crawford should continue competing, because he has demonstrated he can defeat top opponents across different weight classes. Eddie Hearn takes the opposite stance, arguing that Crawford should retire while still undefeated and preserve everything he has built.
He's not me. Yeah. You know, as much as a lot of people, you know, say we have similarities and, you know, we switch a lot and we fight a lot. He's not me, you know, and I'm not him, so.
Yeah. Tim had said comparison that like he's like a Chrysler 300 and you're like a Batman.
Yeah, like once again, like he's not me. You know, he's trying to get to where I'm at. You know, he's where he at, I'm where I'm at. You know, he got a long way to go.
Then there are fighters like Boots who continue pushing Crawford to accept another major challenge. While many analysts believe Crawford has already accomplished enough to walk away, fans still want to discover whether the seasoned champion can overcome the younger contender. That's what makes boxing so compelling, when different generations finally collide inside the ropes.
Sorry? Crawford retire? Do you know what? Someone said the other day, and it's very true, because I actually said it about Usyk. We've got a real tendency, haven't we, to kind of try and retire people off. Do you know what I mean? Like I said with Usyk, I think now he should retire. And everyone's like, why do Why do you want him to retire? It's like, I just think it's a great way to go out. I actually also think that Crawford could move down and win a world title at 160. And that would make him, what, 6 division champ? 5, 35, 40, 47, 54, 6 division champion. But the problem is Terence Crawford now is really only going to want to fight for big money. And there's only certain fights that can generate that kind of money. So Shakur, who was obviously very close to him, seemed to say, so maybe that's it.
So what could unfold if these two finally meet? Crawford is an elite switch hitter who can operate comfortably from either stance. He studies his opponents, carefully adjusts to their tendencies, and gradually figures them out before becoming even more effective as the rounds progress.
Trainer, do you feel like he should just sell off into the sunset after this monumental
Well,
win?
you know what? They made it look so easy. You know what I'm saying? Got 2-3 more in him. You know what I'm saying? Train camp will try harder. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think a move to 160 would make sense?
I mean, if you want to do it, you know, if you challenge, if you want to challenge yourself, yeah, I don't mind.
Boots brings a completely different arsenal to the table. He is athletic, explosive, and difficult to read while attacking from unusual angles, carrying serious knockout power in both hands. His speed also allows him to quickly close distance against opponents. Crawford's biggest advantages would be his experience, ring intelligence, and composure under pressure, while Boots would have youth, explosiveness, and motivation on his side. A matchup between them could be extremely competitive. The biggest concern is Crawford's age, because at 38, many fighters have already retired or are no longer performing at their previous level.
Do you think Ennis is the guy to give Crawford like trouble in there if they were ever to fight?
I think that would be a great fight. You know, the young hungry lion versus the legend. That would be a hell of a fight. Maybe 160. If it's a vacant title at 160, I think that they can make that happen for sure. I think it just has to make sense for both parties. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think if there's a vacant belt, Crawford's gonna want to be 6th division champion, and then he'll make Ennis move up to 160. I think they could do it at 160.
Crawford is different from most fighters his age. He remains sharp, disciplined, and is coming off a victory over Canelo, the pound-for-pound leader. Even so, age eventually catches up with everyone. If Boots is going to defeat Crawford, this may be his best opportunity. That's why opinions are divided. Some believe Crawford will completely outbox him, while others believe Boots could end his career. If the fight happens, there is no question it would be massive. It would be the established champion against the rising contender, the unbeaten legend against the young threat, the fighter chasing all-time greatness against the man looking for his first defining victory. If Crawford wins, he strengthens his claim as the greatest fighter of his generation. If Boots wins, he takes that position and could become boxing's biggest star overnight. Either result would be huge for the sport. But this is where things become even more interesting. After defeating Canelo, Crawford mentioned the possibility of retirement. He said he needed to speak with his team and carefully consider what comes next. Eddie Hearn and other critics believe he should retire immediately, preserve his perfect record, and walk away at the highest point of his career. Yet Crawford's willingness to face Boots suggests he may not be finished just yet. The desire to compete is still there. Perhaps he wants one final victory over another generation-defining opponent before finally stepping away. Some supporters are also asking for Crawford to face David Benavidez at 168. That would be another major challenge, but Crawford's team has already rejected the idea. For now, they want Crawford to rest, stay where he is, and only accept challenges that make sense.
Personally, I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today, somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight. This is the perfect send-off, Roy.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Without a
It's the
question.
perfect send-off.
What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more boxing updates.